Hey, problem solvers. Welcome to Literacy. Now, before break, we learned about these 4 tips for reading nonfiction well, for getting the most out of nonfiction texts. And we reviewed that on Monday. We talked about how knowing what text structure a text is can help a reader determine what information is most important. For example, do you remember when we watched that video about the baby rhino? I know I do. It was so cute. And it was so much easier to follow once we determined that it was a problem solution text structure. So if you need a reminder of the various different kinds of text structures, I can help you out. Remember, there is chronological, which is a story told in order. There is problem and solution, where a problem is stated and one or more solutions is proposed. There is cause and effect. This happened, causing this to happen. And there's compare and contrast. These things are similar and they are different. Here's how. I'm also going to post this poster on Class Dojo right on our class story, so you can reference this whenever you'd like. If you're reading a nonfiction text at home for fun, please feel free to hop on Dojo, reference this so that you can determine what the text structure is so you can get the most out of this book you're reading. So, that being said, I have a challenge for you today. It does require you to jot down your thoughts on a piece of paper because I want to discuss your answers when we come back together on Zoom. So please take the time right now to pause this video. Make sure that you have something to write with, something to write on. It can be paper, it can be a whiteboard, it can be a pencil, it can be a pen, it could be a marker. It doesn't really matter. You just need something to write with so that you can remember your thoughts and we can discuss them on Zoom. Pause the video, press play once you have something to write with and something to write on. Go. You got it? Okay, cool. So my challenge for you is this. I am going to show you 5 different quotes from famous people, and I want you to determine which text structure those quotes follow. I'll do the first one with you so it doesn't get confusing, but once I read the quote, I'll put it up on the screen as well. I want you to look at it, and I want you to tell me whether it is chronological, problem or solution, cause and effect, or compare and contrast. Okay? All right, that being said, let's get started. Remember to write down your answers so we can talk about them on Zoom. Okay, quote number 1. So on your paper, write 1. Quote number 1 is, get your facts first, and then you can distort them as you please. So on your paper, next to the number 1, please write whether you think this quote is chronological, problem solution, cause and effect, compare and contrast. Like I said, I'm going to do the first one with you. So I would think that this quote is chronological. I see the word first. I see the word then, just like I do over here. So if I were you, I would be writing number 1, chronological. Take a moment to do that. If you agree, write the same thing. If you disagree, that's wonderful. Write whatever you truly think is the right answer. Feel free to pause the video if you need more time, but I'm going to go ahead and start number 2. All right, problem solvers, here's number 2. Alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much. Helen Keller. Write a number 2 on your paper and write whether you think this quote is chronological, problem solution, cause and effect, compare and contrast. Be prepared to explain your answer once we come back to Zoom. Again, pause the video if you need more time, but I'm going to move on to number 3. And here's number 3. And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. John F. Kennedy. Again, write number 3 on your paper and tell me which text structure this quote follows. Okay, pause the video if you need more time. It's absolutely okay. I'm going to move on to number 4. Number 4. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. It's Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I should put his title in there. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Again, write number 4 on your paper. Tell me which text structure. Okay, we have one more after this. Pause the video if you need more time. I'm moving on to number 5. Number 5. A bird doesn't sing because it has an answer. A bird sings because it has a song. Maya Angelou. A bird doesn't sing because it has an answer. A bird sings because it has a song. Chronological, problem solution, cause and effect, or compare and contrast. Again, pause the video if you need more time, but if not, we should be all set with that. Make sure to bring that paper to Zoom. Be prepared to discuss your answers, and I will see you then. Bye.